Hello and welcome to my new video. Okay, so I just want to do a live stream on my top tips for getting fit for the army. Okay, that's whether you're joining the army or you're in the army and you're struggling slightly or just want to reach new goals and get fitter. So I've just been to the gym because one of my goals is with this new PES system coming in, physical employment standards. Okay, fitness test is changing and they're bringing pull-ups into it. So being able to do pull-ups is a very important part of the British Army now. So I've just been to the gym and done a strength session on back and biceps where I've incorporated pull-ups, lat pull downs, bicep curls, bent over rows and stuff like that to really strengthen my back and lats. So when it comes to the pull-ups on the fitness test, I know I'm not going to struggle because you're going to have to do pull-ups like we've never done them before. It's going to be to a beep. It's a bit like the bleep test, but a pull-up version, a bit like what the Royal Marines do now. So I'll be posting a video later in the week with what my training session actually involved. But today I just wanted to give my top tips on getting fit for the army and how you can improve so you can pass the fitness test. So if you have any questions, please just fire away. I'm just going to go back to joining the British Army and what I done to get myself ready for selection and joining the British Army. So first of all is press ups. A lot of people do struggle with this as it's something you don't do every day, especially if you're young. So my top tip for this is just do press ups like every time you walk into a certain room. So mine was every time I walked into the kitchen, I did 5 press ups, and then I upped it until it was 10. So every time I went into the kitchen, I just did 10 press ups, and that massively helped me improve one for selection. And then after I passed selection for when I got to phase 1, it really helped me improve that. You could do for the same with sit ups, but what I'd say for sit ups is when you wake up every morning, just do 2 minutes of sit ups. Every morning, 2 minutes of sit ups until you fail. See how many you can do within 2 minutes, and you'll see a massive improvement over such a short period of time. So there's the press ups and sit ups. With the pull ups, go out and buy yourself a little chin up bar, a little bar that you can put in the doorway. You can get them from Argos or any sort of sports shop. They're not cheap, not expensive. Sorry, you can get them quite cheap. Anything from £5, £10, £15. Get that put up in your bedroom or somewhere around your home, and just jump on it. Just do 1 or 2 pull-ups here and there. If you're really struggling, if you can do a few more, then just do sets of 5 every day, and then add 1 every day or add 1 every week, and just see how you get along. And that's really going to help you with the pull-ups. This is all sort of stuff that you can do at home if you haven't got a gym. So there's no need for you not to be able to do it. There's no excuse really. Running wise, then you need to be you need to build up your cardiovascular system. The 1.5 mile run doesn't really matter too much now because as of April the new fitness test comes in, but there is still going to be prerequisite tests for you to go on to the PES, and in that there is going to be a 2 kilometer best effort run. So what I used to do for mile and a half was used to run a 1.5 mile best effort, aiming for sub 9:30. I'd give myself 2 minutes rest, and then I'd repeat that 2 more times. You do 3 1/2 with a 2 minute rest in between each one, and you're always going best effort, aiming for sub 9:30 or sub 10:30, depending where you're looking at going within the British Army. And that really increased my fitness levels and decreased my 1.5 mile time. So I was averaging 8:20, 8:30 1.5 mile time. So that's a really good one. I definitely incorporate that. A lot of fartlek training, and then you still want to get the steady state runs in, 5, 6, 7 mile runs, once a week, every couple of weeks. So they're all your basic ones. The most probably next one that a lot of people are mostly worrying about if you're joining the army is the loaded marches or the TABIN, tactical advance into battle. You don't have to worry about this too much if you're not in the army, because when you get to phase 1, they'll teach you this. They'll show you how to pack your Bergen, and they will get you up to standards. But if you are worried about it and you do want to improve on it, then go and get a day sack, just a nice comfortable rucksack, and just chuck £5–10 on it. Hasn't got to be much. £5–10, bit of water, bit of food, bit of clothing. Just go on a nice long stroll, nice little walk, find some hills, and just go up and down, beast yourself. You haven't got to go too fast, and just get used to having weight on your shoulders. Like I said, you haven't got to go fast. You just got to get used to having weight on your shoulders. So £5–10, and then when you join the army, you can be prepared for your first tab. If you're in the army and you're struggling, I'd most probably, you don't want to go too heavy because you don't want to break your back. I'd mostly just get a day sack, rucksack, £20–25, maybe £30, and get out tabbing, doing 6, 7, 8, 9 miles, once a week if you're really struggling that much. Really get used to having weight on your back and getting used to that tabbing movement. It's all in the hips. There is a technique to it. So even if you are short, because it is harder for the smaller lads, if you can get the technique right, it makes life a lot easier and you won't tire yourself out so much. And then the rest is all just about strength and conditioning. When it comes to the CASEVAC drills, jerry can walk, deadlift, running with the bags, you've got to do 20 sprints with a 20-kilo bag, I think it is, on your shoulder. That's all just about strength and conditioning. So, as long as you're getting a good run in every now and then, a tab, you're doing your press-ups and sit-ups, get down the gym and lift some weights. If you can't lift weights, then just, 3 or 4 times a week, you should be doing high-intensity press-ups, sit-ups, burpees, squat jumps, pull-ups, all that sort of stuff, body weight movements and exercises that you can do. If not, you need to get in. If you have access to a gym, you need to get in a gym and you need to do some sort of strength and conditioning, because with this new system coming in, this is whether you're in the army or not, you need to start training. You need to start strengthening your body, because that's what the army is going for. It's not just all about running nowadays. It's all about getting stronger and being able to lift heavy weights. Well, not heavy, but being able to CASEVAC your bloke that, he weighs 80, 90 kilos and he's got 20, 30 kilo body armor on, plus all these other kit, plus all your kit. You need to be able to extract that casualty. So that's what they're going for. So get in the gym, get some weights on the bar, and just high intensity, 10, 12, 15 reps. Give yourself 30 seconds rest, jump back on, or start supersetting. Do squats with box jumps, overhead press with some pull-ups, bent over rows with some farmer's walk, and really, really high intensity for about 45 minutes in the gym, heavy weights, minimal rest, and that's really going to get you prepared for the new PES system. When you're at phase 1, if you are massively struggling, please just use my press-ups and sit-ups advice. Pick a room and just do press-ups every time you walk into it. But don't be afraid to ask the PTIs, the physical training instructors, for help, for a bit of extra advice. If you are in the army or in phase 1, phase 2, people for some reason won't go and ask the PTIs for advice. They've got the knowledge, they've got the experience, and they're more than happy to help you. That's what they're there for. So get down the gym, go and ask them for advice, and they give it to you. Don't be afraid to ask. So that's my top tips then. Thanks for listening. If you did enjoy it, please click the thumbs up and subscribe. If you have any questions, please just put them in the comments or send them to my email. My emails are always in the description, and I will always aim to reply within 24 hours. So thanks for listening. And I'll post my video in a couple of days of the workout I've just done with a video on mental robustness, okay? Because that's a big key part of being in the British Army. You need to be mentally robust. Okay, cheers for listening and see you soon.